a 43% increase over the 2018 number of resignations. 43%.
A lot.
In Washington, D.C., the police force is at its smallest size in 50 years, amongst a staggering rise in carjackings and homicides. And all of us, all we need to do, go to a CVS, go to a Walgreens, go to a Duane Reade, and what you will find is that every common product, from lotion to toothpaste to deodorant to razors, they're all behind plexiglass now. And you have to get an associate. You got to ring the bell in the store. Everybody's seen it. If you go shopping, I go shopping. So I do my own shopping. You ring the little bell. It goes ding, come to aisle, blah, blah, blah. And you got to wait for somebody to come to that aisle. And then they unlock the case for you to get the items that you want to buy. That demonstrates how unsafe these communities are. And they are unsafe because of the radical policies of the Democrat Party led by Kamala Harris.
Let's go.
One quick point on Governor Walz.
He's a liar.
Governor Walz, when the riots occurred in Minneapolis.
This is a good point, too.
After the death of George Floyd, Tim Walz waited 4 days to call the National Guard. 4. He watched the city of Minneapolis burn. And quite frankly, what was burning, it wasn't the upper class neighborhoods of Minneapolis. It wasn't the suburbs of Minneapolis. What was burning? It was poor areas of Minneapolis, which mostly are inhabited by
that his wife loved.
Black people and Hispanic people.
Oh,
that's
yes.
What was burning.
Burning small businesses.
Tim Walz didn't sit there and say, oh my gosh, these communities of color are in a real tragic state. We have to send every resource possible to protect those people who have small businesses,
lost hopes
who have
and dreams.
homes. He didn't do that. He watched it
burning.
It was only until the mayor of Minneapolis went public with the fact that he was getting no support from Governor Tim Walz. That's when Tim Walz decided to act. When everything had hit a crisis mode, and there was no longer an ability to hide the inaction, that's when Tim Walz decided it was finally time to call for the National Guard. Taking a step back just from crime and public safety, we've seen this before from the Democrat Party. Joe Biden, who finally gave a speech last night, I don't know when he started, 11:30, who knows? It's a shame to do that to somebody.
It was.
I'm gonna stop there, Brian. I'm not gonna continue.
It was a shame.
I'm gonna move on.
That's funny.
Joe Biden's presidency has been one of there are no actions until there's a crisis point and you, the press, start asking questions. And when you start asking questions, then they finally respond and say they're going to do something, whether it's true action or not. Kamala Harris, nowhere to be seen, whether as vice president or as a member of the Senate, until things hit a crisis point, like what happened with the defund the police movement. The American people need to understand, Democrats today are trying to run away from the movement they embraced a short few years ago.
Yeah, they're
and
trying
the
to
only
fake like
reason they're trying to run away from that movement is because the American people said this is craziness.
Yeah.
And they demanded action from local law enforcement to keep them safe.
All right,
and
now let's fast forward and see what's happening right now. So apparently there's some protests.
Peaceful protesters left those who wanted to.
That was yesterday.
I believe. In terms of a physical injury.
This is live now.
Biden to Kamala Harris, where everybody was so down and despondent and didn't know which way to go. And to see everybody come together and coalesce, and the energy and the positivity, that's what you want from a convention. And the messaging, I think the messaging was all on the right page. The historic nature of this convention in terms of a Black woman, the fact that it's in Chicago, that historic nature, the fact that we've hosted more conventions
than
any other.
Gearing up, day 2. It's going to be Obama Festival all day today. So let's see what you guys say about it. It's a beautiful morning. How's everybody's Tuesday cooking? I like that RFK Jr. news. That's good news. Hopefully Trump just says, look, we'll make you CDC director. At least. All right, what's up? Alice Elizabeth says, why is the question only to impeach Biden or not for the 75 million and the grift Biden pulled on the American people? Who knew what and when? What about all the people preventing inquiry into Biden's dealings? Isn't his VP running on being a prosecutor? Did she know of Biden's money laundering and do nothing, or did she not know, which is equally damning? We need an impeachment hearing of all involved. So sorry to give two messages in a row. No worries. I was at the DNC protest in Philly in 2016, and now this one in Chicago. The last one was organic. There was pure vitriol towards Hillary for taking over for Bernie. A popular chant was, "Hey, DNC, we won't vote for Hillary." This protest has been co-opted by DNC insiders, though. They are smarter now. People editor started chanting about killer Kamala, and someone else started chanting Black Lives Matter or whatever, or about abortion, because they are the abortion party now.